Hi, Gauthier. Thanks so much for being here today. As you are the Executive Director of the Fisher Center for Business Analytics and the President and Co-founder of aiai, can you tell us a little bit about the program we have coming up in March?
Yes, so it's a 3-day program that we launched in partnership with Berkeley Extension, and it aims at delivering our students a complete overview and applicable competencies in the field of data and analytics.
Great. And what would the cost be for a program like this one?
I can give you a very simple answer. The cost is absolutely zero.
Wow, yeah. That's fantastic. I think students would be really enthusiastic to join this program.
Yeah, we want to remove all barriers or even all excuses for not learning that topic that is really a topic of the future.
That's great. And what sort of opportunities would a student have if they join this program, for example?
Yeah, that's a question I get a lot. So students ask me, am I going to become like a super pro data scientist after this training? The answer is no. I mean, it takes a lifelong learning journey to get to that point. However, something we observe more and more in our research at Berkeley is that companies are looking for students, for talents that actually understand the breadth and depths of data, understand the technology part, the data part, the people management side, and how to design lean processes, and that is exactly what we teach. So we're not going to give you the content of the encyclopedia of data, but we're going to teach you these like 100 moves that count to be successful in data and analytics, and that will make you very appealing for recruiters who are tired of getting like specialists that have tunnel vision, and they want people that actually can take a step back and really apply data to business problem, because at the end of the day, that's what that counts.
Yeah, absolutely. And it sounds like you will really equip some of these students and attendees to be prepared for the work field, right? So what sort of job opportunities, for example, do you think these students might have? Or what sort of money will they get, for example, right? That's a big question, an important one as well.
Yeah. Absolutely, you're right. Even though I would say, to some extent, find a job that you have passion with, and at the end of the day, even being paid a lot of money for a job you don't like is not fun. So, but what type of job would you get? So you could say data analyst. Companies right now are dying to find these talents that can come join an operational team, whether it's finance, marketing, and sales, and can actually dare asking questions and that are equipped to go get the data to answer these questions. And once they have the data, they're actually empowered to transform it into insight. These are the type of jobs that are in very high demand and that are very hard to fulfill, because like I said before, people don't want like technicians. They want people with a broader view.
Right. That's
what they're going to get in the training. Another job you could think about, more specifically, let's say in marketing, there are a lot of marketing campaigns, a lot of online advertising, which needs data crunching. And people realize that they need more than stubborn data crunching. They need people that can actually look at the entire process of analytics to support marketing. And what we train are talents that are going to be able to fulfill these jobs.
Absolutely. And can you tell us what the core competency should be for students applying for this program?
Yeah, that's the question we get a lot, actually. And the answer might be surprising to our audience. The basic competencies that you need is obviously, you need to be familiar with computer work. Good knowledge of Microsoft Office, spreadsheets, word processing is mandatory, I would say. Otherwise, it's going to be too much of a stretch. From the hard skill perspective also is, if not having a logical mind, loving logical things. Being keen on looking at how to make things better, optimize them, that's really what's going to matter. But what's going to be a key for success is really about the soft skills. Because a lot of these things, they're rarely taught at school. They're rarely taught on the job. And they're going to be all new. And what's going to make it a success factor is to be curious. Like, oh my gosh, I've never seen that before. I didn't know it worked this way. To be a bit fearless and brave. Because yes, at times, we're going to shake you down. Like, I didn't know I could work like this. I'm going to have to change to embrace these new technologies. Right. And that will be scary. That's scary for me too every day when I look at new technologies. And you got to bring that mindset that says, you know what? I'm being mentored, I'm being helped. I should trust and not be fearful. And the last one is sort of an eagerness to continuously learn. That is just the beginning. And yes, obviously, we'll make a good analyst of any participant,
Right.
but this is a never-ending learning journey, and that's really the spirit. You start, and then from now on, you'll never stop learning. And by the way, we have a lot of upcoming classes to complement that knowledge.
Yeah. So you told us now how the students should essentially get in the right mindset, what they should know, but how can they practically prepare for a class like this?
So we have all along the class some readings, not very long, but very relevant, that have been selected by our faculty and our postdocs. And we'll introduce each day by discussions around these readings, so that will really help the students get in the mood, to feel comfortable with the flow.
Sure, yeah.
Then from a preparation perspective, I would say post-preparation more, is that after the class, we'll still give the students access to the solution they use during the class, so they can use it from any machine. And I would say keep on working at it, keep on try and fail and iterate. I more believe in post-preparation, if I may use this neologism, than preparation for that class.
That's great. And are there any requirements, you think, for the students to apply for this, besides what you just described?
So we want everyone to be welcome, because there has been in our society enough barriers to prevent students to access this knowledge. So I would say requirements are very minimum. Now, there's one thing we want to really gauge is the motivation and the appetite to learn.
Absolutely.
This sort of a good ambition we want to see. So that's why we proceed for the recruitment with the short video interviews that are done at home, anywhere, asynchronously, where the candidate is going to have a chance to prove that they actually want it. They want to take that journey. And it's not about what you know, what you've done before. It's about the spirit.
Right.
That's how we're going to engage.
That's great. I really appreciate the openness of the program. So if I'm a candidate for this program, what would you tell me to apply for this program? What would be my motivation?
Well, I think the main motivation is the one I've seen in the close to 1,000 students I've trained. Young professionals eager to learn about the data, not knowing what it was, and that after this class could really feel empowered to say, now I have all the cards in hand to progress in that field. So I think the main motivation is it literally transforms any jobs you have. Because when you start within your job, being able to gather data to deliver, to get insight, that's for one. And at the same time, you become really lean and efficient at it. You realize that when you have time and insight for any given job, you can take a step back and innovate about it. You can go home earlier. You can talk to colleagues. You can collaborate. You can do all these human things we all miss in our jobs. And we're giving you these keys in this training to get to that point.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think it'll be a really great opportunity for anyone interested in this program. And just as we wrap up, can you tell us again the dates for the program so people know?
So the dates are early March, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. It's a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's going to be held in San Francisco. And, well, I should not tell you that like this, but there are going to be many surprises during this first cohort of 2020.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Gauthier.
Thank you, Adriana.